the first pretty day we've had in like 6 months. So I've been thinking a little bit. Been thinking a little bit about paradise and how that's kind of the whole concept of living forever. It did a number on us, those who were raised Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah. You see, I realize that most people stop growing, stop changing when they find someone to love. They get comfortable, they get set in a pattern, and then, well, they very happily and quietly live out the rest of their days until they die. Well, because I was raised with this idea that, hey, don't worry about it. You can fulfill your hopes and dreams in the new world. You'll have an eternity to do it. And then, of course, when I left the organization and I realized that all of it was nonsense, we'll say. When I realized all of that is nonsense, it kind of made me hyper aware of my own mortality. I think more so than, say, the average person. And it's not that I'm afraid to die, I'm not. I don't have an incredible fear of death, but I am afraid of stagnation. I'm afraid of I can't stand the thought of stagnation or ceasing to grow, ceasing to change. If things stay the same too long, I sort of get really anxious, because for me, if you get set in a pattern and things become stationary, then really there's nothing left separating you from the grave, right? So things get stationary, you get comfortable, you get in a pattern, you've got your job, you've got your wife, you've got your kids or whatever, and then everything kind of just repeats until you die, right? Like, what's really the barrier between you and the grave in that situation? At least that's how my unique psychology works. So what happens is, when I get comfortable or when things get stationary or a little bit boring, I go a little crazy and I crave change. I want to shake things up. I want to shake things up a little bit, just go nuts. And I can only thank JW.org for that. Thanks Stephen Lett, Anthony Morris. I don't know if it's really a bad thing. I mean, change is good, continual growth is good, and I'd like to think that I'm constantly pushing myself to be a better person. But I don't know. Anything abnormal can cause issues in your life if you're doing things or thinking in a way that's different from the norm. Obviously, there could arise some issues with that, right? I just wanted to share what's been on my mind lately, because I think maybe a few of you kind of feel the same way or think the same way. Or maybe I'm just insane and I'm the only one. But, anyways, Fateful Slave, I'm out.